Hey yo, what up, what up, what up? It's Lamech with selahsportstv back at it again. Chill. So we saw the fight last night. Well, some of us did anyway. Artur Beterbiev versus Callum Smith. Didn't do a pre-fight breakdown for this one. Should have. Artur Beterbiev is my personal. So don't get in my comments talking no dumb shit. But Artur Beterbiev is my second favorite fighter, right? So, probably should have done a pre-fight breakdown, but there's a lot going on. Callum Smith, I did not expect Callum Smith to put up I didn't expect him to win at all. Like, I heard a lot of people, I heard a lot of different channels, like, really giving Callum Smith some type of chance to beat Beterbiev and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? No. That right hand counter hook bullshit it wasn't gonna be enough. But what I did not expect is I didn't expect him to start breaking down as soon as Callum Smith was getting broken down as early as the second round. He started degrading from that point. Like, soon as Beterbiev started touching him, he started breaking down. You know, and one thing we know about Callum Smith is that, I'm saying all this to say something, right? But one thing we know about Callum Smith is that he's durable, right? He ain't the type of motherfucker that's just going out here getting slapped around, knocked out, like, hurt and shit. He fought Canelo, and Canelo couldn't hurt him. He beat him, but he didn't hurt him at all. Like, he just walked him down and just beat him in a 12-round fight. This shit right here was a drubbing. This shit was a fucking shellacking. This shit here was, what kind of word? Never mind. It was bad. It was bad. It was real bad, right? He beat him a lot worse than he beat Anthony Yarde. See, the reason why I say that is because Anthony Yarde was right there in the fight until he wasn't. He was right there fighting, throwing shots back, catching Beterbiev until he got hurt. Stop. It's like it unfolded quickly, right? This fight with Callum Smith was like a slow burn from the second round all the way to the seventh. He had to get destroyed, broken down, beaten round after round, going to his corner, coming back, right? That type of shit. This is a different toll. So, hate to say it, because I like Callum Smith, right? I like him, but he won't be the same after this fight. He won't be the same after this fight. That's not how it was. It's like Errol Spence won't be the same after his last fight, right? That's how it works. Boxing takes, look, you could go in there and spark a guy out in 3 rounds, right? You could go in there and spark a motherfucker out in 3 rounds. When you leave that ring, you're not leaving with everything that you walked in there with. Something is staying in there. It's a fight. Fights take shit out of you, period. I don't give a fuck how easy it is. A fight like that? Yeah, no. This is the beginning and the end. That's what this is. Not gonna be a long video. I do want to talk about something else though. I do not like. Y'all know on here on this channel, like, I think Eddie Hearn is the best promoter in boxing, right? As far as for the sport, delivering fights for the fans, he's a fans promoter. Like, you got a lot of promoters who are in it, and I get it. Like, they're in it to make, because it's business. It's just business for them. It's an investment. So they're in it to maximize their investment. Eddie Hearn is in it to deliver fights for the fans, right? His thing is, look, I'm gonna make some money. Sometimes I'm gonna make a lot of money. Sometimes I'm not gonna make as much, but the fans are gonna get the fights that they want. That's his whole thing, right? I don't like how he brought up those sideways allegations against Beterbiev. They weren't allegations because, frankly, the fighters were tested, right? So when the fighters are tested, I don't want to hear about, we shouldn't hear any promoter coming out talking about, well, he had elevated levels. Like, what the fuck? We don't care about that. The sport is so dirty. You got so much dirt around the sport. We can just focus on positive and negative tests. How about that? Let's just start with that. If the guy failed a test, fine. You come on out and say whatever the fuck you got to say. But if he didn't, like, we don't want to hear about elevated levels of testosterone. Well, shit, he might be a tough guy. How about that? That proves nothing. Some men have more testosterone than others. Right? So, like, nah, if it's not a failed test, to me, that's, I don't like that. That's kind of scummy. Because to me, what it says is, I'm worried that my fighter's going to get fucked up in this fight. And I'm just going to throw this out to try to paint some type of narrative about Beterbiev. But the good thing is that none of that shit weighed on Beterbiev. If anything, it pissed him off even more. He was really trying to hurt Callum Smith. You know, he was really trying to hurt that guy. And I don't blame him. Like, once somebody put some cheating shit on you, well, it's like, now I'm gonna really try to get you. I'm gonna really try to get you. And while I'm on this, I'm gonna speak about this Errol Spence Crawford thing. The best thing, I'm glad the rematch ain't happening. And I'm not even an Errol Spence fan. I don't want to see him fight that motherfucker again because he would get hurt bad. I'm talking about like life on the line type shit. He has no business being in the ring with him, right? No business. So I'm not mad that rematch ain't happening. But what I don't like is how Errol Spence waited till you get 30 days to enact the rematch clause. He waited the full 30 days back in September and then enacted the rematch clause in September. And now here we are going into February and he's talking about whatever the fuck he talking about. His whatever. Somebody kidnapped his eye, took his eye, like whatever the fuck he's talking about. Now, Crawford gotta sue this motherfucker, man. You have to sue this motherfucker. Yes. You have to. So, anyway, man, that's all I got for this one. If you like the video, jab off on that like button. Peace.